Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Gonna Do's Garage. Today I'm actually working on my son's Holden Cruze Equip 2014. It's a 1.8 litre. He's developed a little bit of oil leaks around the rocker cover, so I'm going to be changing out the gasket. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's get started. You're going to need an E10 socket for the bolts around the rocker cover, an extension so you get to it easier, torque wrench, an impact wrench. We're going to need a T40 tool to undo 2 bolts on your coil pack, screwdrivers. You'll require some Permatex gasket sealant. So let's start by releasing the negative terminal in your battery. Okay, to remove these plastic trims, we'll just lift them up. They just clip right off. These trims here are not coming off if you just pull them off, so we'll need a screwdriver. These tabs in here, just push in and release it like that way. There we go. Okay, but we've got a plastic trim here first. So take that off, and you got your coil pack here. So to release that, this little tab here, orange tab, just push on that coil connector. Just push that out. You can pull that. If it's not coming, just hold on to it. You see how it just raised, and just lift it just a little bit. Don't need to put too much stress on it, and it'll come off. Okay. You have a PVC pipe at the back, and that's, you can get it closer. You can just see it there. You'll need that little clip to be pushed out. So I'm just showing you, so it's hard to do it with one hand, but I'll move that out. All it is, it just comes out. So I'll need 2 hands to do that. So I did manage to pull that little clip out, and now we just need to, there we go, pull it out. So that's away. That's the PVC hose that's connected to your manifold. So release that. Okay, your coil pack, that's the T40 I was mentioning, shaped like that. And that will just We just remove the coil pack. Manage to grab and pull and kind of rock it, and it'll eventually come out. It's a little bit stuck, but I've released it. So it's in quite a good condition. Okay, so that's your coil pack. We'll clean that up. So just put the bolts back in here, just to, so we don't lose it. Can have a look down here. That's where the spark plugs are. So if you were planning to change your spark plugs, it's a good time. And that's the setup. It's exactly the same shape as the bolt that will sit on top. You do this one and you're going to do some damage to your bolts. Okay, we'll start with, there's the one in the center here. Okay. We'll go here. I'm going to go shorter. One here. You can see it's a little bit oily on that side. I think they're all released. With a screwdriver. There we go. So just from this point here, just come off. Okay. It's quite easy to take off. I would advise not to turn it upside down because it'll fall out. So bolts. Oh, it's looking quite good. The cam's looking great. Looks in good condition. Okay, as you can see, the oil is probably getting out from the gasket, which is underneath here. So this was the old gasket. So just be careful not to go right tilt it too much and it will come out. So the bolts, we'll clean all of that up. So after taking out the rocket cover, I've just sprayed a rag with you can use brake cleaner or any parts cleaner. Just unfortunately didn't have any, but I'm using wax and grease remover. So I guess that's the best thing at the moment that I have. I'm just cleaning the surfaces of the metal where the gasket was set. As I did mention, it's probably a good time if you want to change spark plugs. There's your 4 spark plugs in here, so if you did want more room, as you can see, the trims here are connected, so the wiring here is connected with zip ties, so you can cut that and release that and give you a little bit more room. Alright, so I've cleaned it the best I can. I am going to be using some gasket sealer just on the corners here. It's quite smooth. If it isn't, you could use Scotch-Brite just to clean the surfaces up and try to get the gasket out, but it's quite clean, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to give the rocker cover a little bit of a clean and change the gasket. Rocker cover, I've cleaned it, and just I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to get the gasket out. Yeah, as you can see on the corners here, they've put a gasket sealant on here, so I'll be doing that when I put it back on the engine. On that block I'll put some gasket sealant there. This obviously must be an area for leakage, so just be mindful of that. Okay, oops. Okay, that's the gasket. You can see the grooves are up, facing upwards. Okay, so we got that. Let's just clean it up a little bit. So as you can see, trying to clean the surfaces where the gasket was seated. Finding a lot of these little bits, I don't know what they are, connected with the gasket, so make sure you get them all out and cleaned. You don't want them to be falling into your engine, so let's clean that back out. I'm using a little screwdriver to try to break up that little gum. And once that's all clean, the surface is clean, then we can put the gasket on. So after taking the old gasket out, I've cleaned all the surfaces around where the new gasket will fit. I've used a cloth and gone through and cleaned everything. I'll get the new gasket and we'll replace that. So if you load this, that, you can see the squares. You got 2 squares here and a little round here, so they'll sit in this direction, like that. You got like 2 tabs that'll fit in there. And just push it in, make sure it's firm. If you're wondering which side it goes, you can see there's like a little imprint. You got the other side, it's smooth. You got this will be facing
Grooves.
upwards. So here we have it. So let's get that back on the vehicle. I had to cover the engine because I didn't want any dust to get in here. So I'm just going to be putting some gasket maker just on the corners here. This is an old one that I had, so I'll be applying that. Not too much. I'll let that set for a while. So after I've just put the gasket maker on the corners, I'll put back the cover. The gasket's gone on. Moving everything away. I might need to just cut the zip tie here just to give me some room. I might not need to cut it. I can come out from this little socket here. Okay. There is a little connection here that it's connected to. Come on. Okay, that just came out from there, so I don't need to cut that tie down. It'll give me a little bit more room. Better. Oops. I think that's a little bit more. All the nuts have kind of gone in. Yep. So now I'll just tighten them down. Now that we got the inlet manifold secured on top, we can go about just tightening with an E10 again socket. If you find that you're turning the nuts and they're spinning, just give it a little bit of a tap. So by hand,
Bolts.
tighten all the till I can't go any further. So by hand, now I'm just going to torque them, and that's I'm torquing them to 8-foot pounds, which is I think 11 Newton meters. So I'll start in the middle. Till we hear the click. That's the click there. Go up here. It's not a great amount of strength. It's just about. So can you hear that click? Yeah. So it's not amount of strong force that we required. Okay. Okay, I think that's all it is to it. I'll just check it one more time, make sure I've got everyone. Yep, all done. So now we can put the coil back, full back. Just take the nuts off there. Okay, that's in. And that will go to also 8-foot pan. So I haven't got it set up. You can put it in a torque wrench. Unfortunately, mine can't, so I'm going to have to do it by hand. So just go not too tight. Okay, that should be right. Now we can just get all our connections back. Trims back. The hose back on here, PVC hose. Okay. You can hear the click, and just put that clip back in. Trims back. Trim can just go. Yep. Okay, so it's all back. Let's test the vehicle, start it up and see if it's working. And we haven't got any leaks. So I've turned on the engine, checked for any leaks. Seems to be okay, there's no leaks. So I'll let it run for a little bit longer, and then I'll take it for a drive and come back and make sure there's no leaks. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please give us a thumbs up. And I'm also going to be changing the thermostatic housing there. It's leaking, so I'll be doing that shortly in my next video. So thanks for watching.